This is a song about a social worker who travels south from Boston and ends up passing through. Actually, she stops in Burgaw. Several decades ago, of course. I'll just do the song. A social worker from Boston on a trip to Carolina stopped in Burgaw for Beaujolais wine. 'Twas a hasty decision, but she liked the little town. She married the mayor and settled down. She's a quiche woman in a barbecue town. There's trucks, ticks, and tobacco all around. She was Vassar cum laude several years ago. The adjustment will be slow. Her next-door neighbor, Mrs. Billy Ray Birch, shackled and chained her and dragged her to church. She found the town council related and the local education board uneducated. She's a quiche woman in a barbecue town. There's trucks, ticks, and tobacco all around. She was Vassar cum laude several years ago. The adjustment will be slow. She found that her husband liked to hunt quail, deer, duck, and the little cottontail. Said she, "Where you been? What's the reason?" Said he, "Where you think? It's hunting season." She's a quiche woman in a barbecue town. There's trucks, ticks, and tobacco all around. She was Vassar cum laude several years ago. The adjustment will be slow. They had a little girl. Her daddy taught her to hunt, to plow and fish and chew tobacco once a month. Things worked together for the good, I hear tell. She went to school at Cornell. And she's a barbecue woman in a quiche town, city slickers and Yankees and bankers all around. She just left Burgaw several days ago. The adjustment will be slow. I'm going to read a few passages from Papa Daddy's book for new fathers. This book is meant to reduce anxiety in fathers about to be fathers or new fathers. And it starts like this. A few weeks before the baby is born, go ahead and install the car seat. This could take 1 to 7 days. For safe installation, certain hooks are located out of sight down in the seat crack where you'd slide your hand if you were looking for something lost. If your car doesn't have these hooks, you are required by law to buy a different car. One of your cousins or a brother or sister-in-law will eventually inspect the installation of the seat and will get very upset because it's too loose or somehow not hooked up right, and they will call the authorities. This relative will be a vegetarian. Another idea is to get a neighbor father who now has a baby to install your car seat under a bartering system. In exchange, consider offering to remodel his kitchen. Children cannot sit in the front passenger seat of an automobile until age 24, else the front seat airbag will kill them. If the front airbag happens not to kill them, then the side airbag will try to. Correction, after they're 18, they can sit in the front seat if they face backwards. Now, as a father, what you do that is parenting may be sometimes seen as babysitting. From another section of the book about my cousins, page 24. Here we go. Occasionally, I'll mention Caleb and Cindy, my cousins, who have more conservative ideas about most things than I do. Caleb is a hunter, NFL fan, and NASCAR aficionado. He effectively parents his children, is tough and gentle, thick-skinned, capable, funny, and smart. One time in the supermarket, a smiling, elderly, blue-haired woman asked Caleb if the child in Caleb's basket was his. He said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Oh, you're babysitting today." He was very tired from parenting all day. "Yeah," he said, "and you must be whoring around the supermarket." She reported him to the store manager, Irma Lewis, who was Caleb's cousin on Cindy's side of the family, which probably helps explain why she called the police. Now, the last short reading has to do with night feeding. And prior to that section, I had written about Caleb refusing to get a wicker bassinet, but choosing instead to use a cooler for the baby with the top removed. This section is called Night Feeding Duties. If your wife is breastfeeding, you should share night feeding duties with her. That means when the baby starts crying just as you're falling to sleep, you pick the baby up from the cooler at the foot of the bed and bring him to your wife's side. Some book will have instructed you to always keep track of which breast she used last by noting L for left and R for right in a small notebook. But the best way is to sort of juggle both breasts to see which one is heavier. This will normally wake her up. But if she won't wake up, whisper that you want to make love and she will try to escape, thus waking up. Unbutton her pajamas and prepare the baby for the appropriate breast. The hungry baby's head will bob and jerk around while he looks cross-eyed for anything that resembles a nipple. You should keep him away from the bedside radio because he will suck the knobs off it. Thank you. We understand that John Prine is in the hospital, and we hope he gets out and gets better really soon. This is a John Prine song called Please Don't Bury Me. Woke up this morning, put on my slippers, walked in the kitchen and died. And oh, what a feeling when my soul went through the ceiling and on up into heaven I did ride. When I got there, they did say, Clyde, it happened this way. You slipped upon the floor and bumped your head, big old head. And all the angels say just before you passed away, these were the very last words you said. Please don't bury me down in the cold, cold ground. I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around. Throw my brain in a hurricane and the blind can have my eyes. The deaf can have both my ears if they don't mind the size. Give my stomach to Milwaukee if they run out of beer. Put my socks in a cedar box, just get them on out of here. Venus de Milo can have my arms, look out, you've got my nose. Sell my heart to the junk man and give my love to Rose. But please don't bury me down in the cold, cold ground. I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around. Throw my brain in a hurricane and the blind can have my eyes. The deaf can have both of my ears if they don't mind the size. Give my feet to the footloose, careless, fancy free. Give my knees to the needy, just don't pull that stuff on me. Hand me down my walking cane, it's a sin to tell a lie. Send my mouth way down south and kiss my ass goodbye. But please don't bury me down in the cold, cold ground. I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around. Throw my brain in a hurricane and the blind can have my eyes. The deaf can have both my ears if they don't mind the size. I said the deaf can have both of my ears if they don't mind the size. Thank you very much.